Well, hello.
Hello, hello.
Of course, we'll give it a second.
Yeah.
I forget there's a little time delay.
Yep.
Let me open up our chat.
Nice.
All excluding, okay. So, all the...
Great. Yeah, we just went live on YouTube and Facebook.
All right. Hi.
Hello.
And welcome. Marina Franklin here and...
Evelyn Frick.
Yay! And we do this every Saturday at 3 o'clock to review the Friends Like Us podcast. Also to let you know what's going on with the podcast and what's going on with us.
Yeah.
So you go first, Evelyn. How are you doing? Like, what's going on with you?
I'm doing really well. This week has been pretty busy for me. I have quite a few writing projects going on. I was just accepted as a contributor at the satire website Reductress. So I have a few writing pieces that I've been working on for them, as well as a few packets that I'm working on for submission next week. So yeah, things are starting to feel a little bit busier on my end, which feels fantastic.
That is fantastic. It's good to be busy.
Yeah.
I mean, things are picking up, and I think that's the fatigue of this, is when you just don't feel busy,
Yeah, absolutely. It gets like overwhelming with how little you're doing.
Wait a minute, though. Friends Like Us kept you busy.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I meant busy in terms of I wasn't doing a lot of comedic writing. But yeah, no, Friends Like Us definitely kept me busy. And that's honestly been such like a good thing during the pandemic. But in terms of, yeah, like writing comedy and stuff like that, I haven't been doing a lot until like right now.
Is there anyone on our page yet?
I don't see anyone as of yet.
Oh yeah, because we said we were starting at 3.
Mm-hmm.
So this is good, but then in a way everyone missed what you said. But we do save it, so
we do save it, yeah.
So they will see it. Let me type in there.
And there are 5 watching now. It says they just haven't commented yet.
Oh, Max is here. Okay, there we go. Oh. Hi, Max. I just wanted to know you were out there, Max.
Yeah, we love to hear from you.
Hear from you. I'll put that in there. I type that. Hi, everyone. We love to hear from you. Ha ha. Also, so my cold, or this cough that I've had, it's been forever, right? It's
been a long time. It's been almost like 3 weeks now, I feel like.
It's been a month, Evelyn.
Oh no.
But I had the fortune, like I was running a little late today.
Yeah.
Because my uncle called right before.
Oh wow.
Yeah, my uncle is a doctor in LA, in California.
Oh wow.
He's amazing. He went to University of Chicago, brilliant man. And, he's dealing with this pandemic, and, he's seeing a lot of patients, right now.
Yeah.
Because he's internal medicine doctor.
Oh, wow. So yeah, that's like the main person people see.
Yeah. And see, it's all clearing up now.
Yeah, getting out.
So, oh, hey, Torrin Edmond, that's a DJ, Evelyn, that I dance to all the time.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's great.
Well, I always promote Torrin Edmond. So,
oh, sure.
If you don't know, you should know about Torrin Edmond. Follow him on Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
He's DJing. When are you DJing next? Let's see here. And Franklin Sloan is back. Hey, Franklin.
Hello.
And Prince is back. Hey, Prince. Thanks for saying we look amazing. So just a little update on this cough. So my uncle called me right before,
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "How are you doing?" And I was like, "Well, I don't have COVID. I was tested. It came back negative,
Yeah.
but I have this dry cough."
Mm.
And I did a virtual visit with the doctor,
Mm-hmm.
because you just don't want to go in right now. It's really hard to
Yeah.
get an appointment anyway.
Yeah.
And the virtual visit doctor gave me antibiotics,
Yeah.
or as I like to say, antibiotics, because, for my Latino sisters out there, antibiotics.
Yes.
So, but the thing is did you know this, Evelyn? It's really important to not take antibiotics. It's really like, don't take them unless you really have to.
Yeah. The one thing I've heard about it is that like if you take too many, it makes it makes them stronger.
Yeah. Well, it won't work.
Yeah.
Like, it won't work for you ever again.
Yeah.
So some people overtake it,
Mm-hmm.
and it loses its effectiveness. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what he prescribed, not my uncle, but
Yeah.
that guy. But how many of you have the fortune of having a doctor in your family that you could just go, "Hey, what's wrong with me?"
I certainly wish I had a doctor in my family. It'd be so much easier than WebMD.
Oh, there we go. Torrin Edmond on Twitch every Friday. Listen to him. He plays great house music every Friday, 10 o'clock p.m. Put your handle in there, Torrin, please. Put your handle in there so they can follow you, because everyone knows I dance.
Mm-hmm.
I dance every Friday. So, and I always shout him out, because I've known him since college, and he's
Wow.
one of my favorite DJs.
That's
Brilliant,
awesome.
brilliant DJ.
Yeah.
So here's the advice. I know you're all like on pins and needles, and you want to know, what is it that my uncle told me? Because if you notice, how long have we talked? I haven't coughed yet.
Yeah, no, you haven't.
I mean,
And
it
just
was
generally, you sound a lot like clearer.
literally, this happened literally, Evelyn,
Yeah.
20 minutes before we logged on.
Wow. He must have known.
He didn't know I was doing the show until I told him. I said, "I have got to go on YouTube," and he says, "What's that?" Because he's older, and he's like, "Is that audio, or is that TV?" Or I said, "It's just YouTube.
Yeah, it just is what it is.
It's visual. You could see it."
Yeah.
And he said, "Oh, so that's like now." I go, "Yeah, I gotta go." But during that phone conversation, this is what he told me, and this is my advice to all of you out there.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's really great advice. If you ever get to a point where you're really congested up in here,
Mm-hmm.
this is like we're inside, and the masks, believe it or not, it's unavoidable. The
Mm-hmm.
more you wear the mask, the more congested you get from from mask wearing. So even he has a little bit of a cough just from wearing a mask all the time,
Yeah.
because you're not breathing. Your lungs aren't breathing in the outdoor air, so it's just
Yeah.
causes some congestion. So you get a little.
Mm-hmm.
The reason do you know why, Evelyn? Do you know why you cough?
You're expelling the I don't know, the detritus that is in your lungs, I assume.
Yes. But also, it is because there is something in your lungs, in
Yeah.
your bronchial path. There's something there. That's the
Yeah.
only reason that you actually cough, is because there's something there.
Yeah.
So if there was nothing there, you wouldn't be,
Yeah.
So it takes very little.
Hmm.
So like sand, like a little granule,
Yeah.
and you'll cough.
Huh.
So you have nothing in your lungs right now.
No, just air.
You have beautiful lungs, Evelyn.
Oh, thank you.
Mm. And so, if you're just now joining us, welcome. I am talking about my lungs, and let's see, 10. Okay, and yeah, so because there's something in your lungs, and so phlegm,
Yeah.
which is really gross, and I know. like the stuff that comes out your nose, basically.
Yeah.
But then, it's in your lungs.
Oh,
It's the stuff you cough out. It's
yeah.
really gross. But the way you get rid of it, do you know how you get rid of it, Evelyn?
I do not specifically. I mean, whenever like I get congested or have a cough, I know that I have like a lot of like vaporizers and like steam and like hot water to try to open everything back up.
Very important word, vaporizer,
Yeah.
which I have behind me.
Mm-hmm.
You see that thing right there?
Oh, yeah.
That's a vaporizer with Vicks.
Yeah.
So here's the thing that he said to me that I didn't know.
Yeah.
The way to get rid of it, and by the way, I was doing all of it as he was talking, is to take Claritin. Claritin or Loratadine or Zyrtec gets rid of phlegm in your lungs.
Oh, I guess I never thought of that, but that makes sense.
And vaping, not vaping, like the type of vaping that got me in this mess in the first place, but vaping like Vicks.
Yeah.
So just steam and hot water will not clear you out.
Okay.
It won't help.
Yeah.
What will is, you ever heard of hot toddies?
I have.
So like getting your drink on.
God, yeah. An excuse to have a nice drink while you're sick.
Yeah, hot toddies. But
really
not
nice.
to drink it.
Oh, just like breathe it in?
To inhale it.
Huh. That's
like
so interesting.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
And because he was like, what a hot toddy is. He loves to play that. I love that he does that with me. Here's, you do know what a hot toddy is. I was like, I do. And he says, I think I have some whiskey around here. Because I don't drink, but to get rid of this, I'll drink.
Yeah.
But he says, no, most people drink hot toddies.
Yeah.
When actually you should be inhaling it.
That's good to know.
In your vape thing. See that vape? That
little
thing right there? So I need to inhale some hot toddy. Also, that's what Vicks does for you. So it's really good that you brought up the vaporizer, because Vicks it's really alcohol.
Yeah.
Right? That helps with, hello, Sophia. I don't want you to just join and I just say something so gross and you're like, what are we talking about?
That's Sophie. That's my girlfriend.
Oh, I don't have my glasses on. Hey, Sophie. Oh, hi. You've made the right choice.
She's like, what time is it today? I'm going to make an account and log on.
Well, it's officially 3:00, so I should say welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Friends Like Us review and preview. I am Marina Franklin, and yes.
I am Evelyn Frick.
Yes. And we like to come here every Saturday at 3:00. We like to do that.
Yeah.
We come here every Saturday, 3:00, and we do a preview and a review of the podcast. And we talk about some of the reviews that people have given us.
Yeah.
We want to encourage you to leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. Yeah. Also, the podcast is available on all platforms, and you could see that in the ticker that's beneath us. It's not like beneath us, but it's on the ticker.
Yeah.
Linktree / Marina Franklin. I'm going to put it here for you. It's a weird spelling. / Marina Franklin, which has links to Friends Like Us. And it's a really great podcast that I started 7 years ago. If you didn't know, start listening. Okay. And we have female comics, women of color mostly. And but once a month we do have a white or a guy. It's our period. It's our cycle. And we talk about things, trending topics. I don't know why I'm using this voice right now. And also, so I was in the middle of talking about my cough and how to get rid of it. Speaking of trending topics, I mean, it's such a bad time to cough.
Yeah, it is. My girlfriend has asthma, and earlier, like in the summer, her asthma was kind of acting up, and she was coughing. And her doctor literally gave her like cough suppressants because he's like, if you want to take these so you don't freak people out when you cough, because people will think you have COVID even though it's just asthma.
The thing is, though, she needs to cough to get that stuff out.
Yeah.
That's the part. But yeah, it's tricky.
Yeah. For sure.
And with her, so with asthma, she has to do the same thing that I'm doing.
Yeah.
My uncle also said albuterol will help in your lungs in clearing the passageway when there's a lot of mucus in there. Because this is what's really interesting, what he said. I really listened intently. It's very difficult to get rid of mucus in the lungs.
Yeah.
It's thick, right? So like if you turned it upside down like a jelly jar, I know this is horrible. It's not going to come out.
Yeah.
It's going to stick to the sides. It's going to stick. It's not water.
Yeah.
So what makes it water? And alcohol. And just straight up drinking. No, alcohol vaporized, which is Vicks.
Yeah.
When you vape with this thing, with Vicks, like, and so while he was saying this to me, and he also told me he takes Claritin or Loratadine, all of that will clear out your lungs, clear out all that mucus buildup. Not water. So, you know, I was using my humidifier thinking I was doing something amazing.
Yeah.
No.
I'm not doing nothing.
Nothing. Except for, my skin feels moist.
Yeah. Has your uncle ever been on the podcast before?
No. I mean, I'm going to interview him, but he wants me to send him the questions early. But I'm going to interview him. I'm going to put it at the top of the show because he's been in the field for a very long time. He's, he's a great doctor. Yeah. So I think a lot of people have questions, especially about the vaccine, especially about this time. Look, while he was talking to me, I took 3 Loratadines or Claritins, which that's what he said, actually, to take 3 of them.
Oh, okay. Huh.
Usually he was telling the pharmacy, you got to start telling people to take 3, not 1, when they have the conditions that I'm having.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've been able to talk to you without coughing like a lot.
Yeah, I know. You sound like a lot better.
I feel amazing.
I'm so glad.
I feel like I could date someone now. Oh, hi, Nino. From Milan, from Italy.
Oh.
By the way, Nino, my desk that I'm sitting at was made from a young lady from Italy.
Oh.
Yeah, it's actually Italian wood. That sounds kind of freaky. Oh, yeah, it is time to dock your boats, baby. What up, mister? And Sophie says albuterol is the best. Yes, it is. And so that's my advice to all of you if you are experiencing what I've experienced. Now, he says it's not something that is a cure, like that this could be it.
Yeah.
But he said to tell him how I feel in like a couple of days.
Nice.
I was taking all this stuff while he was talking. I took 3 there's a reason why you take 3 and not 1. Because what they give you on the market is a very low dose.
Okay.
It's not enough to clear it out. I'm so glad I have this information right now. So he was like, so you just take that? I go, I just took it. And then and I was like, and I'm vaping. I'm like, I've got the thing in my face right now.
Yeah.
So water with anything alcohol will clear that up. Yeah.
Okay.
Not water alone.
Oh,
Won't do anything.
good to know.
Yeah. So
Fantastic.
I feel so much better. All right. So let's talk about this week's podcast.
Yeah.
Evelyn, what did you think about this week's episode of what did I title it? I always come up with little trendy topics.
I think it was masking mental illness, I believe.
I spoke too soon. Masking mental illness. Yes.
Yeah, I thought it was a great episode. I mean, we've definitely covered mental health topics in the past. Whenever Dr. Judith Joseph is on, she's a fantastic guest and psychiatrist, and she always talks about mental health conditions. And so, yeah, we've covered it in the past, but what I really liked about this episode was specifically honing in on ADHD, which I feel like in terms of like all kinds of mental illnesses, you hear about it a lot, but there aren't a lot of like conversations about it, at least that I haven't heard. So I thought it was really interesting to hear about ADHD from the perspectives of people who have dealt with it all their lives. And in the case of our guest, Relinda Harvey-Smith, only recently was diagnosed with it. And in the case of our other guest, Rachel Feinstein, was diagnosed with it very early on. So I thought it was great to kind of get those two different perspectives, as well as hear about the perspectives of dealing with ADHD as a woman, and for Relinda, a Black woman, because she very rightly pointed out, when you think about ADHD, typically you think of it as a condition for young white boys. So I thought it was really, really great, and had really kind of added on to the conversations of mental health that Friends Like Us has already had.
That's a new feature.
That's nice. I like it.
Evelyn, you know what's great is the way you just broke that down.
Thank you.
Seriously, I was sitting here and I was like, whoa, she really did listen. Like, you just summed it up so well. Perfectly, I should say.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I create little talking points for myself before the live streams, just to make sure I remember everything that happened in the episode.
Yeah, so it's because what the thing is like Black Girl Magic, Black Excellence, the pressure of those titles when you're dealing with mental illness, or when you're dealing, and you know what I loved what she said is the brain is an organ just like anything else, and why we would expect that it's perfect.
Yeah.
When we injure things, or when we fix things, why wouldn't we fix the brain?
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, no, I absolutely agree. And there was actually, not to bring up the reviews too early, but there was a comment on one of our Instagram posts from Combat Divas podcast. And she said, loved it. Can't wait to listen in. I had the same experience with the diagnosis. Took so long because Black parents be like, she don't got ADHD. She just bad. LOL. This will break some cycles. So I think it was great for me to hear that it really resonated with a lot of people. And that other, Black women are excited about hearing that, yeah, we do need to heal things that are going on in people's brains.
Yeah. Look at that response. My response was not podcast worthy. Could you imagine if I interviewed someone and I just went, yeah? That would just be my response. Ivan, greetings from Vienna, Austria. Oh, thanks for liking my work. I really appreciate it. I'm doing, this is my assistant and my friend, Evelyn.
Wow.
She helps me work with the podcast. This is what we're talking about, Ivan. Did you know that I do a podcast, Ivan? Did you know that? I do a podcast. This is on the ticker below. And I'm also doing another comedy show
Exciting.
on February 18th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So here, if you message me, I forgot, how did we do that the last time?
I think they messaged you, DM'd you on social media, or emailed you at marinalivecomedy@gmail.com. If you message Marina or email that email address, Marina is funny, we can add you to the VIP list for the show, and you will get a free ticket, and we'll send you the link for free.
Look, I did that.
Oh, that's incredible.
Technology is amazing.
We are getting better at the streaming platform, slowly but surely.
Yeah, we are. It's so cool.
It is very cool.
So yeah, because you're here, Ivan, I know it may be a different time though where you are. So, and we don't do a re-air. Someone asked if there was going to be a rewind the last time I did the show.
Yeah, if there was video of it, I think.
Yeah, no, it's just one time only. It's only live because it's in my kitchen. So it's not like, but it's next Thursday. So definitely email me in the link that I've just put up here, marinalivecomedy@gmail.com, and we'll give you a free VIP link for being here on YouTube and watching us and saying nice things. I just appreciate it. I don't know how long I'll be doing virtual shows. This may be the last one till I get that vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh, wow, look at this. Columbus, Ohio.
Oh.
Hey, Hersey. Thank you so much for being here on YouTube, saying you love my jokes. I just recently posted one about GameStop. The one, because GameStop is in the news, so I thought it'd be fun to just post it.
Yeah.
What's funny is on TikTok, of course, there's... I don't know about this young generation. They're like, if this was a guy doing his joke, you'd be in jail. I go, not the point of the joke, but okay. All right. Yeah. Let's fight about it.
It's a joke.
Yeah. I mean, but it's also not even, I mean, obviously.
Yeah.
I dated someone who was within range. The joke is that I didn't. Thank God that was the joke.
Yeah.
But I did date someone much younger than me, and it was legal, but I still should never have done it.
Yeah.
I look back at that and I go, what were you thinking?
I think that's true of a lot of people's past relationships.
I mean, we were just talking about the brain as an organ.
Mm-hmm.
And the brain's not even developed at 24.
Yeah.
How old are
I'm 23. I'm turning 24 in July. So
your brain is still developing.
I know, it's still growing.
Oh. Yeah. I think girl brains develop faster. Is that bad to say?
No, I think that's true, actually. Like, I think 23, 24 is like when female brains stop maturing, but then male brains take a little bit longer.
A little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit of a lag.
Just a little lag.
Yeah.
So we do talk about that on the podcast, though, the whole difference between, what it's like for a woman to have ADHD, dating.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Being a mother. And, something we talked about was Relinda Harvey-Smith, one of our guests this week. She wrote this great article about, she interviewed some women who are mothers who have ADHD. It's in the Washington Post. You should definitely read it, check it out. But yeah, I mean, it's so many women are dealing with ADHD and also having to take care of children or taking care of their household. And it's not talked about that much.
It's not. And imagine, like, I love what she talked about, like, you know, bringing a guy home and him seeing your place. And he's like, I can't date you.
Yeah.
Look, first of all, I remember, I feel like those ideas are so old anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, I remember dating a guy when I first moved to New York, and I don't know if it was his sister or it was a friend of his.
Yeah.
Saying, oh, you can't date her. She doesn't know how to clean your place.
Oh my God.
Not my place.
Yeah.
His place.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she was like, look at your toilet. Like, she should have scrubbed you. I was like, first of all, we're just started dating.
Yeah, what?
Why would I, like, immediately start scrubbing your toilet?
Yeah.
No.
That's what relationships are about.
That'd be a great cartoon, though.
Yeah.
Like Marina on her first date with a guy, just, you know, scrubbing away at the toilet. And they go, what is she doing? I don't know, trying to keep him. But, you know, it's like, no. Thanks, Franklin Sloan, for buying a ticket. All right. So, yeah, I don't know. Let's see what people are saying. Yeah. Let's show it on the stream. If you call your boyfriend's name and walks over to you and his sneakers light up, he's too young for you. You're right. The guy that I dated that was young, he was a basketball player. He played with not the Harlem Globetrotters, but I forget. They were like street baller. He was a street baller, though, basically. So he had a street name. His street name was The Remedy. Like that song, I got the remedy for what you need.
Yeah,
you know? That was his name. So he didn't have light up shoes, thank God, but it was close.
Oh, no.
It was close.
The Remedy.
Robert, I love this. Thank God for separate bathrooms. I love it. Oh, no.
Oh.
I don't know. ADHD simply means you grew up without a father. Well, that wouldn't solve anything now, would it? Jesus ain't coming back. What a name. Let's talk about that name. Jesus ain't coming back.
Yeah.
What made you come up with that name, Jesus ain't coming back? Huh?
Yeah.
A little religious, maybe? No?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to Mr. because Jesus ain't coming back. Seriously, I have OCD officially diagnosed. Okay. And we talked about that as being one of the symptoms of ADHD. And all the germophobic parts of it, I usually had to hide. I can now do it out in the open because of the pandemic. Cool. But, you know, we talk about that on the episode, Mr. You should listen to that because she says, she breaks it down more specifically.
Yeah.
Is that a way of saying that sentence?
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Well, in a more specific way than I'm about to. So I would listen to it.
Yeah. I think something kind of similar to what you're saying, Mr. that I really appreciated about this episode is that Relinda and Rachel, they talked about how, you know, people will be like, oh, I'm so ADHD if like they forget something or they're feeling a little bit, you know, hyper, but you know, ADHD is so much more than that. And it's not just little instances of that. It's like continued patterns of behavior. And I think that like is also true for OCD. Like people are like, if they clean something really well, they're like, oh, I have OCD, but you know, it's so much more than that. So I think it's this episode is relatable to anyone who has some sort of, I think it's called an executive function disorder. I think that's technically what like ADHD and OCD fall under. But yeah, or just kind of anyone who deals with any sort of mental illness. I think it's really relatable. How are you doing?
Oh, sorry. I just had a moment. No, I'm listening.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that's basically what my thought was. That I think this episode speaks to people with ADHD, but speaks to people with all kinds of mental illness or things that inhibit their learning or something.
I need you in my life all the time. Thank you, Evelyn, for
Of
breaking that
course.
down so well. Um, so people getting in on the Jesus thing.
Yeah.
Okay, thank God okay, we did that. I like your white girl voice. I did too. Okay, I don't know what that voice was. So yeah, that was excellent, Evelyn, the way
Thank you. Yeah,
you are,
I'm
you
very
are,
interested in mental illness. So.
oh, really? I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've dealt with mental illness before. Like I have OCD, and I've dealt with things like that. So I think I think talking about mental illness is so important, because for like the last, basically all of history, it's mental illness is something that like you're not supposed to talk about. And in a way, like I think it is very healing to be able to talk about what you're experiencing, and be able to relate to other people, so people with mental illness don't feel alone. Yeah, so no, I thought this was a great episode.
Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah, of
and
course.
yeah.
Yeah.
What can you go into what your OCD is, or do you not want to?
Oh no, yeah, that's fine with me.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have it's called pure OCD. I think that's just like a kind of like a slang term, but it means that so OCD can be broken down into like two things. It's like you have like the obsessive thought patterns, and then sometimes people will have like actions that go with it. So that's where you see like the obsessive cleaning or obsessive like ordering of things. I don't do that. It's more just my thought patterns can be extremely like obsessive sometimes. Yeah, that was something that I also like. I haven't always experienced OCD. It really kind of came out when I was in college, and it was this moment of like, what is happening? Like I've never experienced this before. It was really kind of scary. But just being able to like talk about it with like my parents and like seeing a therapist was like so helpful. And ever since then, I mean, before then, I never considered myself to be someone. Yeah, Mr. Rituals, it's called, is like the cleaning or doing whatever. And before that, I never really considered myself to be someone who would experience like anxiety or anything like that. So just being like, it showed me just like how important being able to talk about it is, and being able to get access to the kind of care you need, and also being validated and saying like, yes, you actually like have OCD or you have ADHD, because that in and of itself, like Relinda said on the podcast, being diagnosed really is a privilege, because some people don't have access to that. Sometimes, especially with Black women, doctors don't understand or don't listen to what's going on. And so being able to understand what's going on in your mind, and have like a name for it is really key. So even though I don't have ADHD, but having dealt with mental illness stuff in the past, this episode I think was still really poignant and interesting to be able to hear perspectives from people who suffer from different kinds of mental illness.
Now, while you were breaking that down, I will have you know my sinuses just cleared up because I had to kick Jesus Ain't Coming Back. Guess what, y'all?
He's gone.
Jesus is gone.
He ain't coming back.
Jesus ain't coming back. Because he said one thing, and you know what it is?
Mm-hmm.
I have very little patience for people who attack you when you're talking your truth.
Yeah.
And he didn't attack you, not really. But when he said you're liberal, that's what he was saying, or something like that. I was like, you gone. You're gone.
Yeah.
You're gone.
Yeah. Also, it's like, that's just,
It didn't add to the conversation.
It didn't add anything. And it's also just such like an old, like I've heard that before, not directed at me, just people saying like, oh, you don't have like being liberal is a mental illness. Like, okay, figure out a new insult.
So I was like, while you were talking, I was like, my sinuses, I was like somebody about to get cursed out. Look, and I don't even have, look, this is if I had long nails. I don't even do my nails. This is like a curse what I've just done. You see my nail polish?
Yeah.
It's like a sin.
Oh, really?
That was because remember I had that audition.
I was
I
wondering that.
But I was like, let me get rid of a motherfucker. I'll get rid of a motherfucker real quick.
He was lucky he didn't do that on the inauguration live stream.
look, Mr. Mister said, well, damn, Jesus really ain't coming. That's why that's his name. That's why.
Yeah, he knew. He knew what he's about to do.
So let's see what else. Oh, so Mr. Mister, I have thoughts, the rituals, the anxiety, the hair pulling, and the germophobia. But I keep it together. Well, good. That's cool. I mean, cool is not a great response. If I was a therapist, that just would not.
That's cool.
That's cool. No, I'm glad. I'll tell you what, you're right, though, Mr. Mister. Like, this pandemic has brought out a lot in everyone.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't shake hands for years, and people get mad at me for not shaking their hands. And I did start to develop a fear of touching people like that. I remember being at the Comedy Cellar, and Jim Norton saw me yank my hand back real fast because someone tried to shake.
Yeah.
And he's like, wait, what's going on with you? You have a problem? You have like OCD? What's going on? I was like, no, I just don't touch hands because I don't know where the hands have been. And I don't, as you can see, I get sick very easily. I don't want to get sick.
Yeah. No, hands are extremely dirty.
But that's not like what you're talking about. And I like that. Where Linda brought that up is like, this is a very real thing. It's not like something like a lot of people go, oh, I think I have ADD.
Yeah.
The other day I just I felt like I couldn't pay attention, but she's really going in about what it is and how to get diagnosed.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. No, she was a great guest. And I think I also really appreciated at the top of the episode, not like it wasn't specifically about ADHD, but I think it's, related. She was talking about how she decided to take a break from social media, or at least to take a break from Instagram. And I think for a lot of people who deal with mental illness, social media can be very overwhelming, especially right now when social media kind of feels like the only way you can connect with people. Mm-hmm. And so I really appreciated her just kind of being honest about the fact. She was like, I recognized in myself that I needed to take a break, and I did. And even though sometimes like I miss out on things that my friends are posting, it's like it feels a lot better. And I think something also that isn't talked about a lot, or people talk about it, but they don't really do anything about, is social media burnout. So it was great to hear about that too, I thought.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm also like monitoring the page because I'll get that motherfucker. No, nothing. Okay. Mr. Mister has so many great things. Mm-hmm. The bro nod. I love this. The bro nod with my hands in my pocket is another one of my favorites. Yeah, I do that too. Yeah. Or I'll smile.
Yeah.
Have really good like eye contact.
Yeah, there's so many other ways that you can greet people that don't necessarily include physical contact.
I mean, it's kind of terrifying for someone to just stare at you. Yeah. I had someone that was really insecure, and they really wanted to shake my hand at the Cellar because they wanted to get into the Comedy Cellar.
Oh, okay.
And I could tell they just wanted to be a part.
Yeah.
And they were like, I could tell they got upset that I wouldn't shake their hand. And I was like, look, this was right when when we found out Tom Hanks had it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's really sad that that's the barometer of when this got serious for everyone.
But yeah.
Like, there's a timeline of when it got real. And Tom Hanks is on it, and then
Yeah.
Idris Elba is on it
Oh, I
for the
forgot
Black
about,
Notes.
yeah.
But when Tom Hanks had it, this kid was like, "I want to shake your hand." I was like, "No,
Yeah.
I'll stare at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you real good eye contact."
Not everyone gets that.
No, not everyone. So let's go to some more reviews, Evelyn. And
Yeah,
thank you for being so awesome.
of course. Yeah, so let's see. I thought I had oh yeah, so another comment that we got on Instagram onto one of our posts from this week was from a scribe one who said, "Thank you for doing this episode, much needed," and then a few heart emojis. Yeah, no, I just thought it was great to see consistently we were getting comments from people that it really related to them, and it was something that they felt like they needed to hear. So that was it's always very uplifting to me when we get comments on our episodes that something really spoke to someone. It feels nice because a lot of what we do with the podcast is like trying to help people and give them the resources that they need.
Oh yeah, like the vaccine. Remember, there were a couple of comments on there. Do you have those or?
Not up specifically, but
I know there was one woman who said, "Thank you for answering all those questions. It really cleared up a lot for me."
Oh yeah,
I remember her saying that, and I was like, "Oh, thank God."
Yeah, no. If it affects, go ahead.
That was the whole point, is to, just answer questions. Yeah. Here's something that I found interesting, though, since we've done the episode, when I talk to people about the vaccine. Now, in the Black community, there's an issue, and the way they write about it right now is sometimes very racist. Let's be honest, like the way they all talk about like the Black community and the way they wait and see attitudes. There was a New York Times article about Black people in the community having a wait and see attitude. And they said, with no surprise, that they were wait and see. But they didn't go into what no surprise about that is.
Yeah.
You have to assume that the people who are reading that article aren't Black.
Yeah.
And they don't know what that really is. They don't know about the Tuskegee experiments.
Yeah.
They don't know about mistrust with the healthcare system because disproportionately Black women are dying from childbirth. Childcare would be a different story.
Yeah.
But childbirth, disproportionately. So you can't just write an article like that and leave it. You have to really go in about what is going on in the Black community. These are the conversations I've been having, Evelyn, lately with, individuals in my community. They are Black, and that they don't want to take the vaccine because they're an important person.
Huh.
Now, do you know what I'm sounding like Michael. Do you know what I mean by that? Do you know what I mean by that, Evelyn?
I mean, not necessarily. My guess would be that an important person in terms of that, they are maybe primary in their family for bringing, primary breadwinner for their family, taking care of kids. That's what I would guess, but I'm not sure.
It's a self-entitled attitude is what it is. It's like entitled, like, I don't need to stand in line. I'm an important person.
Oh, okay.
Like, I don't need to be nice to nurses. I'm an important person. So the conversation that I had, and not to say that, like Blacks are entitled, I'm saying the individual. So, but this is happening with Black individuals that I'm like, wait, what? You are important, but you still got to get that vaccine.
Yeah.
And you will have to stand in line, and you do have to, I can get you the information.
Yeah.
But this feeling of when it's such a mass, tragedy.
Yeah.
It's so overwhelming for the system.
Yeah.
That it be important. Self-importance in it. Is such it's a male thing,
Yeah.
And it's just the conversation I've been having lately. I'm like, oh, we got to deal with this. So you can't just blanketly write an article.
Yeah, absolutely.
About it's the broad stroke of the Black community being wait and see. There's so many layered things going on, like
Absolutely.
you said, being in the patriarch of the family, not wanting to leave the family, not wanting to go out, not wanting to stand in line.
Yeah.
Not having the information.
Yeah.
Not feeling important enough to get the vaccine. Not feeling like, because I know people who are getting the vaccine that early that shouldn't be getting the vaccine. They're like in a certain like VIP. They know doctors, they know they know lawyers, or they know people, so they can get in.
Yeah, they can sneak in. I
don't know if that made sense, but I was trying to. Did that make sense?
Oh no, yeah, that absolutely made sense. And I think you're absolutely right with like the way that white journalists like talk about. Because when you say like no surprise without any context, for someone who's reading that, for a white person, that sounds like a judgment of the Black community, and that sounds like a personal judgment. So then white people internalize that and can kind of make it up on their own what that means if they don't have the context of the history of, medical malpractice and like mistrust, malpractice towards the Black community and mistrust then from the Black community. You without that context for so many, because let's be honest, like I would guess that the majority of people reading the New York Times are white. So like that is just in a way that's spreading misinformation, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, I would say, yeah, they're definitely reading it and getting the wrong information about Black individuals. And it's really, I read the article over again. I said, why is this bothering me so much? I was like, it's just so broad stroke. Heck, text says, I think you're attractive. Okay. I mean, thank you. But what was really funny, Evelyn? So, I mean, not funny, but the episode that we have coming out this week is really intense. I just finished listening to the entire episode yesterday with Drew Dixon about the Russell Simmons controversy, assault allegations. And I gotta say, so Drew Dixon did a documentary. It's called On the Record. If you have HBO Max, I definitely recommend you see it. It's really good. And, it's a real account of, women needing to be heard, which is why I started Friends Like Us. Friends Like Us is a podcast, for women of color to be heard and we started out with comics. And obviously I'm a comic, so we're funny.
Yeah.
But we also get real. And this is a really great conversation. And I'm so proud of this episode. I forgot my original point. Oh, while I was talking about the episode with Leanne this week on Instagram, I go on Instagram Live too every Tuesday. Someone was like, we're talking about women and sexualizing women and making sure women are heard. And then someone was like, Leanne is so pretty. And I think back to it, and neither one of us addressed it. We just were like, we kind of liked it. We were like, oh, thanks. It was kind of funny because I was like, well, we like a compliment.
Yeah.
Just timing is everything.
Yeah, exactly. Wait for the right moment.
Also in a conversation where it's serious, guys, you need to know this. That's not the time to say you're pretty. Even if you're thinking it, just try to listen to what she's talking about.
Yeah.
I've been on panels before with men, and they'll go from my point of view. I don't know. I think men get really turned on when women are strong, have strong voices and are strong in their conviction. Nothing wrong with that, by the way. There's nothing wrong. It's just like, just so you know, it's probably inappropriate in that moment to go, by the way, you're cute while you
Yeah.
while you're making your argument. Adorable. So,
Yeah.
bye, Prince. Prince left.
Bye.
Not COVID. My uncle has helped me. I will be steaming and vaping away. The right kind of vaping.
Yeah. Right kind of vaping to make up for the wrong kind of vaping.
Did we have any other reviews?
Yeah, we had, we didn't get any new reviews on Apple Podcasts this week, but I did I did find a review from a little while ago that I thought was really great, and kind of spoke to just generally what Friends Like Us is all about. So it's 5 stars from Joyfully B. It says, I've been listening for a couple of years, and Friends Like Us is one of my must-listen podcasts. I listen to it weekly without fail. It's funny, but it's also serious. I love it because Black women and women of color are not a monolith. We joke and we vote. As a listener, I feel like I'm sitting around the table with a bunch of cool aunties and sister friends. This pod is a delight. Thanks, Marina.
Yeah, I feel like doing this to that. I've seen people doing this lately. Like, we're back in a speakeasy.
Yeah.
I love that. I love it. Thanks.
Yeah, I did
Thanks
too.
for collecting these.
Yeah, of course. I think, I mean, just the point that, it's been said on the podcast before, but, Black women and women of color are not a monolith. And so seeing that in the reviews, it made me happy that, that also resonates with people too, with what Friends Like Us is trying to do.
Yes. And I got this episode that's coming out. Whew.
Yeah.
This week is gonna be fierce.
Are you going to split it into 2 parts, or is it just going to be 1 episode?
Oh, that's right. I did say I may do that, right? No, I think I'll just do 1. I don't know. Maybe I got to think on it, because I'll tell you what, it's intense.
Yeah.
And she's really smart, and she's so nice and kind and funny.
Oh, wow.
I mean, cool. Even you can talk about serious as a topic of that, to find her laughing at the times when we were laughing, not obviously in the serious moments, makes me feel good that she's overcome. Yeah,
absolutely. And it seems like doing the documentary for HBO Max and then also talking about it more has that's such a hard thing for, survivors to do. And so I'm glad that it seems like, with Friends Like Us and with others, that it has been a positive experience for her.
Yeah. Because she was saying that she hasn't gotten a lot of love from, unfortunately, the Black community for her story.
Wow.
So when she does get a podcast of, where it's Black women that are willing to talk, she's really happy to be there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so important.
And it saddened me that people are kind of they're scared of her story.
Yeah.
Russell Simmons is that's a powerful man. And L.A. Reid, that's a powerful man. So I couldn't even look, as I'm doing this, I'm merch available. Look, I love what she said. Someone said, read the room, LOL. Merch available at marinafranklin.com. With all that said, don't forget to get your merch.
Yeah.
Marina Franklin, hosted. Yeah, that's me. I have so much medicine in me that I'm I'm so sorry about my nails. I have so much I have so much cold medicine that I'm kind of high.
I've been there.
Have you? I'm dragged. Yeah. Well, I took 3 loratadine.
That's that'll get the congestion, but affect other things.
I just realized, I was like, he did say he took it before going to bed. I was like, I'm not doing anything today.
Yeah.
Completely forgetting that I got, oh, thank you, Armstrong. The merch is very pretty. Yeah, you could compliment the merch.
Yeah, please do.
That's so funny. I don't even want you to compliment the merch while I'm discussing. Anyway, I do this every Saturday. We do a review and a preview of the Friends Like Us podcast right here on YouTube.
Yeah.
Maybe at some point we'll bring a guest.
Yeah.
I know eventually we won't be showing the full episode after it's over of us doing this here. Right now you could go on YouTube and you could look back to all of our conversations that Evelyn and I have had about the podcast.
Yeah.
And, you could see the full thing. Eventually that won't happen. It'll only be available on Patreon. So we do have a Patreon page for you to check out.
Yeah.
I'll put it here.
Yeah, and also right now, actually, this is also streaming in the Patreon, and the people who support our Patreon are able to privately stream this. So you should definitely get in on that. And the Patreon also, you also get a lot of other exclusive or early before everyone else content. So it's definitely check that out as well. A great thing to support for Black History Month.
Yeah. I said oops because there's no .com.
Okay.
I think that's how it goes. Let's see.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah. Oh, no. I totally am high. Hold on. Oh, God, I'm so high. Yeah, I shouldn't have taken that Claritin before. No, this is it. This is it, guys.
Yeah. It's also in the link tree as well, if you go to the link tree.
Time. Look. It's good shit, man. Oh, Honest FM wants to know, will you do a live podcast? Now, let's see. How should we answer that question, Evelyn? I'll let you go. You're not as high as I am.
Well, to that, I would say that we actually have done a few live podcasts. We had a live Friends Like Us podcast that streamed for election night in November. And then we did one a few for the holidays and then one for Inauguration Day. So we definitely have, I believe those are up on Marina's YouTube channel right now. So if you are interested in checking those out, you definitely can. I'm sure we will do more live podcasts in the future. And any information or like updates on that, you definitely get from the Friends Like Us Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook pages, as well as that link would always go in the link tree. So we have, and yes, we definitely will do more.
Yep. And hopefully someday we'll be live in front of people. Oh. I mean, how many of you out there really, what is it, I would say, what's the thing that I'm going to ask you all a question. Let me put it in the chat. What do you miss most about, let me just put, what do you miss most? Let me not add to that. Oh no, oh no. What do you miss most? This Claritin is, oh God. That was Read the Room to the Men. Oh yeah, no, I got you, ASB. I got you. Look, she's like, I was Read the Room to the Men. I got you, girl. Yeah, they don't be reading the room. Now let me retype that. What do you miss most? And that's basically like, you guys know, because you're in your quarantine or you're working, but your socialization is very limited. What do you miss most? I would say for me, I'll go first. I do miss being able to be social when I want to. Like, I'm not a very, as I've gotten older, I am a bit of an introvert. You wouldn't believe it. I mean, look at me, but I miss being able to go down to the Comedy Cellar and hang out with the comics. I miss having like dinner with friends.
Yeah.
I miss pizza, like good pizza.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I ordered Chicago style pizza this week, and I am a vegan, and I shouldn't be saying this to you here,
Yeah.
but I'm about to cheat on my veganism with
Uh-huh.
this deep dish pizza. Cause I called my sister this week and they had ordered it from, I think it's called Illuminati's or something in
Oh,
Chicago.
I actually had Illuminati's this week too.
You did? You guys ordered it?
Yeah, well, yeah. What happened was my mom had driven my sister back to Chicago for grad school, and they like drove all the way and like didn't stop, so they were safe as possible. But yeah, on the drive back, she like ordered Illuminati's and then drove back with it.
How was it?
It was really good.
See? So that's my Valentine's gift to myself.
That's so nice.
It's gonna be a little late, I think. And hopefully they don't just leave it in the lobby so it gets stolen.
Oh, that would be awful.
That would be awful. And it's gonna be in the shape of a heart.
Oh, that's so cute.
And well, it's kind of symbolic for what I'm doing to my heart. But
Yeah.
I'm going in because I miss it. And
Yeah.
I've been really good. I've been staying in. And this cough has nothing. I'm negative.
Yeah.
I gotta disclaim it all the time. But it's like, I miss pizza, good
Yeah.
pizza so much. Okay. So I can't, Mr. said I haven't been quarantined, so I can't really answer. Oh, I love it. Honest, movie and dinner dates. Yes. Going to
Yeah.
the movies. Like, I know. Well, dinner dates, though, I have anxiety on dates, but yeah. Somebody goes on dates, yo. You be going on dates? You be going on dinner dates? Look how jealous I am. Oh, my ex. Oh, I can't even go into it. No, I'll say this. My ex was so broke that one time I ordered a chicken salad, and I guess it was not in his budget that night. And he, right in front of me, he goes, "Oh no. Oh no, she's ordering a salad." I go, "I can hear you.
Oh my God.
I can hear you. Can you not afford this salad?" Anyway,
You should
I'm
put that
having
in a
someone,
set.
huh?
You should put that in a set.
In my set, in my con.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. I've got so many stories about that one. How broke was he? Let's just say, okay, no. You know what? I'm gonna put it in my set this coming Thursday,
Mhm.
February 18th. That's this Thursday at 8:30 p.m. If you were here earlier, you would know I am offering you, because you're here, free tickets. Just put your name in. But you had to have been, thank God Jesus wasn't here. Huh?
Oh yeah, that's true.
That made me think about maybe I should find a different way. Jesus is probably finding all kinds of stuff on me. Jesus has probably like created a profile page already.
Yeah. Hating on you.
He's probably, is this, someone's ringing my doorbell. And by the way, that is not someone like that
Yeah.
actually wants to deliver me mail. That just rang my doorbell.
Yeah.
That is someone who wants to get in the building to steal packages.
Oh no.
Eventually, that person will be trying to steal my pizza.
Yeah.
So this Thursday coming up, you know what to do. We mentioned it at the top of the show. But yeah, so just hit us up there and you will get your free VIP ticket. We strongly monitor the room, so if you have bad intentions, it ain't gonna happen, dude. Because I don't play that.
No.
Look, this is how I sound. I've got like, what do they call it? Like beer muscles.
I don't know if I've heard of that.
That's when you drink and like you're like aggressive.
Oh, sure. Oh, yeah.
But I have like Claritin.
Claritin muscles.
like I'm aggressive on
Yeah.
Claritin. Like, I'll whoop your ass on my allergy medicine. Anyway, this was fun.
This was really fun.
Did I miss anything, Evelyn? Do you guys have any other questions? Movie and dinner dates couldn't be just it. What other? Ability to smile at strangers. Oh,
That's really
yes.
nice.
I love that. Thomas Avila.
That's so sweet.
That is so sweet. I feel like that's in what comedy shows and concerts.
Yeah.
I like that, Thomas Avila. But that one is a great way for us to get out because the ability to smile at strangers is, you know what? Like, you know how I said you shouldn't like hit on a girl when she's, you could hit on me, Thomas Avila. With that nice little comment right there, the ability to smile at strangers. Oh. Yeah. I mean, you try to smile with your eyes.
Yeah. Smizing.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, smizing. That's Tyra Banks invented that. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's a lot of that going on.
Yeah.
So I want to thank you all for being here today on YouTube Live with us. Please check out the podcast, Friends Like Us. It's right there in the ticker. Also, my comedy show next Thursday. Evelyn will be there.
I will.
Also featuring Mia Jackson, Eric Bronstein. Mia Jackson opened for Amy Schumer for a solid year right before she did her Hour special or her documentary, the one that's out about her very difficult pregnancy.
Yeah.
So check that out. Mia Jackson will be there. Eric Bronstein, great friend, very funny comedian. He's on all of my shows, and it's just going to be fun. We had so much fun.
Yeah. It was a great show last time.
It's like, what else you going to do? You going to be at your home. You ain't going to do nothing.
Yeah.
As my niece said, it's the same. I'm just sitting here. So why not sit there with some laughs? Join us.
Yeah.
And definitely check out the podcast. So I won't keep you guys too long. We're going to go. Oh, okay. Oh, this one's so big. It's almost covering your face, Evelyn.
Yeah.
I don't know how to move that around.
I can just sit up straighter.
that one, I don't know how they don't allow you to move it.
Oh, okay.
That's got to be something that they do in their meeting.
Yeah.
For this website.
Yeah.
Yvonne, and I'm sure they're listening. So, hey, Melon people, figure this out because I can't see Evelyn's face. About missing stuff, we have been through 3 lockdowns. We're just coming out of the 3rd one. Cafes, restaurants, cinemas, theaters have been closed. Weekends without 3-year-olds are different. Wait, what?
Weekends with our 3-year-olds are different or difficult.
Yeah, but what do you miss? I guess all those things. Cafes, restaurants, cinemas, theaters. You don't miss the 3-year-old. Okay. I got it. I'm gay, but appreciate beautiful woman. Okay. Smiling doesn't always work with the mask. Smizing doesn't always work with the mask. All right, Thomas Avila. Now I feel like I sexualized him, and he's like, I don't even want you. See, that's how it works. That's usually how this works. It's like, all right, guys, this was fun.
This was great.
I always say, with friends like us, I don't know, just have a great day. Wear your mask, right? Wash your hands, and don't forget that Black Lives Matter.
That was good.
Was that good?
Yeah, that was good.
I should leave this on the stream though. Let's. Thank you all so much.
Well, thank you.
You can DM me any questions you have.